Hello and welcome to our workshops on Charles Dickens' iconic story, A Christmas Carol, to lead us up to the Christmas festive time. And usually we're all in the same space to do these workshops. There'll be 5 in all, and most of the exercises will be seated, but there will be standing exercises as well, always with a seated alternative if you'd like to do those. So, Rosa's here.
Hello.
And Louisa's here.
Hey.
And I'm here. So for once, we're not doing them all in our own homes, we're doing them here, and we're really looking forward to it. All you need is some comfortable clothes and a little bit of space, and we hope you enjoy these sessions on A Christmas Carol.
Welcome back. So this week we're going to start with the same warm-up that we did last week. So we think about again that winter day with lots of snow, snowball fight, and a bit of ice cracking and snowflakes falling down. So let's come to the front part of the chair, move your feet forward, and we're actually just going to think about our feet on that. We have warm boots on, but we have our feet in that deep snow. And we're just going to do a little roll through the feet, lifting up the heels, lifting up the toes, pressing into the snow. Lovely. Let's do once more, rocking through, toes lift up and down. And let's interlace the fingers, take one leg, and we're going to lift it up and we're going to drop and see how deep in the snow we can get that footprint to go. Good, let's take the other leg. Maybe shake the snow off first. And we're going to lift up and drop. Good, lovely. We need to get the legs warm. So let's start rubbing our hands and the knees. You can go down. Oh, create some heat. Go down the other leg. I'm just going to rub our bellies. You can reach to the sides and the back. Give them a little nice rub there. I'm just going to wrap around our chest a little bit. And let's see if we have space here. We're going to take a nice opening on 1, 2, 3. Let's take that again. Crossing 1, 2, 3, and then just pressing the arms down. Lovely. And we're going to do some snow angels. So think about press through the feet, and we're just going to, with a bit of resistance, so this is a little bit wet snow, so you've got to reach your arms up and press them down. And we're going to reach them up with a bit of resistance here. I think you press that wet snow growing taller. Let's do once more. I like Lisa's sound effect here. We go and press. Lovely. We're going to make some snowballs. So let's take the snow into our hands. So we're just going to squeeze first. So really squeeze. This is not really how you make snowballs. We're going to squeeze anyway. Squeeze the snow. Good. And then we're going to do a little bit of rubbing. And we'll do snowball fight. So what sound would snowball?
Pow!
Pow! I like pow.
Oh, yeah.
So let's think we have a whole heap of snowballs here. We're gonna, any direction you like. Pow! 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 We'll take a few more. Pow! Pow! Lovely. And we'll think about that lovely, gentle snowfall. So let's just take a nice deep breath in, sweep the arms up, and then we're going to just let the snowflakes fall. And what sound could we do for the snow? Let's take a few more of those. And then we're going to have a little bit more of wind here, so we're going to go up. And then the snow's swirling. making that smaller. And we're going to think about a puddle that has frozen, so we have that cracking ice, and we're going to try and crack through. Let's lift up one leg again. What sound would we make for that?
Say the word
Crack.
crack. Music.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crack. Let's take the other leg. Shake it off. 3, 2, 1. Crack. Lovely. And now we're going to think about that we are a gigantic snowball. We're going to squeeze into that ball, and then we're going to do a big sound of anything that you like, a pa or a ha. And so squeezing everything, thinking about that big ball. Here we're going to go. 3, 2, 1. Pow! Lovely. Now we're ready to move a bit more.
We are going to do our Scrooge character port de bras again this week, and we will add on to what we did last week to finish off the whole of the exercise. Okay, so we'll recap the movement that we've learned already, add on, and then do it to some music. As always, we begin with our feet in parallel position, and we're going to sit up nice and tall to begin with, so feeling your shoulder blades dropping down your back. And we're going to lift up one palm to face the ceiling. And I want you to imagine you've got some coins in your palm here, and you're going to count how much money you've got in your palm. So we're going to point to the different coins in our palm here. And we've got this for 8 counts. So we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to close your palm and tuck those coins into your pocket. And then you're going to roll your shoulder forwards and forwards. So we're coming into this kind of stooped over posture here, as our character Scrooge has. And then we're going to do that with the other palm. So we're counting our coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close your palm, pop that in your pocket, and shoulder comes forward and forward, okay? And then we're going to take our cane that we're using to help us walk. So we've got 4 kind of stooped walks forward. 3, 4. And you imagine that you've got somebody in front of you that you want to shoo. You're going to shoo them with your cane. So you're twisting your wrist. You've got 1, 2, and 1, 2 to shoo that person away in front of you, all right? So from there, you're imagining that Bob is working in your office just behind the wall. So you're going to take your hand that you've just used with your cane and bring it in front of your face. So just kind of framing your face, but then you're moving your hand over as though you're peeking behind this wall, okay? So our hands down in our cane position. You bring your hand across, move it over as though you're peeking over here, and then you're going to bring your finger and wag for 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. As though we're saying to Bob, no, you cannot have any more heating on. Absolutely not, okay? So we've done that 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to take your key here, and we're locking that coal, locking the padlock with the box of coal. So you're pressing your key into the padlock, twisting that, bringing it back, and putting it in your pocket, all right? And you've got the luxury of having a candle in front of you, so you're going to make that flame shape. So you're kind of doing a little bit of a oval shape with your hands, and then you're going to rub your hands, imagining you're warming them above the flame. And we do that again, so oval up and rubbing your hands, okay? So from there, we are going to bring our hands into this kind of praying position. So you're clasping your hands together. It's a kind of begging position even. And at this point, we're making fun of the people that have asked for some charity from Scrooge. So he's kind of making fun of them. So we're going to go, please, please, and then just go no to one side, no. And then we're going to have a slap, let that hand drop, other hand, slap, to get them away, drop. And then we do that again, but facing towards the other side a little bit more. So you've got our please, please, no, no. Slap and cross your body other side. And then once we finish that second side, you're just going to lift one hand up and imagine you're kind of slamming the door in front of you to say goodbye to all of those people that have come into your office. and we finish the exercise there. So that last bit that we're adding on, we've got our please, please, no, no, snapping across, and other hand. Going again, please, please, no, no, snap across, other hand across, and slam, to finish. Okay, let's put that to some music all the way through. Sitting up nice and tall. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, counting. Pop it in your pockets and roll. Roll, other side. Pop it in your pockets and roll. Roll, walking up. And shoot. Again, shoot. Get bring it across. Looking at ball. No, in, twist. Bring it. Put it in your pocket. Here we go with our flame. Flame. Warm. Flame. Warm. And please. Step across. Other side. Great. We will do that once more through with the music this week and leave it there after that, okay? So getting ready. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, counting. Pop it in your pockets and roll. Roll, other side. Pop it in your pockets and roll, walking up. And shoot. Again, shoot. Get bring it across. Looking at ball. Jockey. Up. In. Twist. Bring it. Put it in your pocket. Here we go with our flame. Flame. Warm. Flame. Warm. And please. Step across. Other side. Please. Please. Step across. Other side. Across. And slam. Great.
We're going to meet now the 3 different spirits that visit Scrooge to show him the error of his ways. And we're going to describe those spirits using words from the text, but using them in a way that shows us what their different characters are like. So we're going to start with our Ghost of Christmas Past. And the Ghost of Christmas Past is really quite a sort of neutral spirit in many ways, just lighting up the past for Scrooge to see. But the ghost gives Scrooge this very precise warning: take heed. So he has to watch his own past and see where things have gone wrong for him because of his own greed. So we're going to now be the Ghost of Christmas Past. And as we were saying in one of the exercises, this ghost casts a light, is a flame. So let's just flicker around the words we're going to give. And we're going to say these words very clearly, without much emotion, using every consonant and really projecting so that Scrooge gets the message through the flame. We're going to say, take heed. And imagine that as we speak, that flame flickers in front of us. Ready? And take heed. And let's do that one more time, but about 5 times louder now. So, and take heed. Brilliant. Okay, now we're going to go to the Ghost of Christmas Present. And this ghost is quite a jovial figure. And in the text, he's described as having this wonderful light-giving effect on everybody around him. And he makes the hard-working people of London jovial and full of glee. So we're going to take on this sort of rather rotund kind of Santa-esque stance. And we're going to find our Brian Blessed voices by using these muscles here. And we're going to do our best jovial and full of glee. And really give it all you've got. So this is our most theatrical spirit. Are we ready? And jovial and full of glee. Fantastic. I love that word glee. You can get so much out of it. Okay, and now for a very different spirit. The spirit of Christmas yet to come. The spookiest one. The one who actually doesn't speak in the story, which makes him even spookier. But he travels, the text says, like a mist along the ground. So now we're going to bring our voices down and we're going to be spooky and use the lower register of your voice and make the most of that S sound in mist. And we're going to describe the spirit moving like a mist along the ground. So, like a mist along the ground, ready, and like a mist along the ground. Fantastic. So should we just run through each one now? So we're starting with our flickering flame of the ghost of Christmas past. Take heed. Take heed. And now jovial and full of glee. Jovial and full of glee. And now the spooky spirit of Christmas yet to come moving like a mist along the ground. Ooh, spooky. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we are going to do an exercise this week based on our poor versus rich vocals that we did last week. So we're going to use some of the movement that we've already done in those vocals from week 1 and add a little bit of new movement as well to this exercise, and then we'll put it with some lovely music that Mia's going to play for us. So we're going to begin as our rich character, and I'm going to explain the rich movement that we'll be doing, and Rose is going to explain the poor movement, and then it will be one whole exercise all the way through. So we begin as a rich person, so sitting up really nice and tall, feeling really strong in your position, really lifting up through your spine. Lovely, good. And we begin with our ah movement. So we're opening our arm out to one side and lifting up. Focus comes up and follows your hand. And then you're going to swipe that hand across your body and bring it up to your nose as though you're holding your nose from the smell of the pores. So from here, we're swiping across and bringing our hand to our nose. And then you're going to flick your hand out as to shoo somebody away and float your hand down. So we'll just do that from the top. That's our first phrase of movement for the rich. We're opening out, swiping our hand across to our nose, keeping your focus there as you flick somebody away and bringing your hand back down to your thigh.
Okay, and then we're going to do the movements for the core that we did also with the vocals last time. So we're going to start with that crossing the fists, and then from there we're going to go like sort of like you start from higher up, and then we're going to go a little bit lower down. We're going to flick our hands, and then we're going to press the hands to the knees and just curve. A bit of that pressure and resistance. You can really feel that strength. That was the misery for us. And let's do that again. So we're going to cross fast the fist, and then we're going to flick a little bit lower down, and then press, go even lower down and curve the spine. Lovely.
Good, and from there we're rolling slowly up through our spine, and we're being our rich character again. And you're going to flick your nose as though you're kind of turning your nose up at somebody in front of you. So in front of you, just flicking your nose and letting your hand drop forward. Good. And just imagining there's someone in front of you that you don't like the look of. You're going to give them a little bit of a kick out of the way there. And then turning over to one shoulder, just imagining you've got a couple of coins and you're just dropping them into that person's lap, but looking away from them and bringing your hand back down to your thigh.
Okay, so then the paw are gonna think about catching those coins. So we're gonna go quickly down and catch. And then we're gonna do a little shiver, that's being cold, and we're gonna do then that end with that begging up with the palms together. Great.
Cool, so that is the movement phrase that we will be doing all the way through. We will do that twice through with the music. So once we've finished with our begging position, we'll go back to our first rich movement phrase and go all the way through it twice with the music. So I think we'll just give it a go and see how we get on. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, feeling that lovely tall spine, starting with our rich character. Here we go.
We're going to recap our Jacob Marley exercise that we did last time this week, but in the end then when we do it with the music, we're going to just keep going and do a free foot that Louisa's going to lead. So we'll start by we start straight with the music. So we're going to step one foot open and then the other, just really be feeling that heaviness in your legs, closing. And you can even have that sort of slightly round posture here. So you're going to hold under one leg and feel that heavy, like lifting up and drop. And we're going to take another one, thinking about that you're in those change. And we'll take two more of those. You can think you have a chain between your ankles, lifting up. Good. And then we're going to show that we have that chains holding our arms together. So we're going to pull, so feeling that resistance. And then we'll bring the wrists together and we're going to do a little bit of like you twist. And as we do that, we'll lift our arms up and then we'll do a little bit of sort of shaking and rattling the change. And then we're going to spread the fingers, really strong arms reaching forward with a little curve. And then we'll take the hands back. So then we're going to think about pulling, really that resistance with your arms, pulling across your chest. And then we'll pull the other way. Get that resistance feel in the arms. And then we'll release the arms. Good. And then we'll take a padusha, thinking about the heavy change on our legs. So rather than that light ballet padusha, so we're going to go a little hop. And then we're going to take one elbow to the side. And then like you would circle around the elbow, we're just going to do a little circle with the forearm. And drop. And we'll take another heavy push-up the other way. And the other elbow. And then we'll do a circle with that arm. And release down. And then we'll think about that sort of bandage around his head that we're going to open. So we're going to open. And then we end with the jaw falling down. That's it. Great. Should we do that with some music?
I think so.
Great, thanks Dee. Yeah, so we'll start straight in. So, and now heavy lift. And drop. Drop again. And we'll pull the chain. And twist the wrists up. Shake.
march through our feet. We're going. Good. Stepping up and up. Coming in. Again, going up. Coming in. Move your heels. Good. And your toes. Nice. And we brush. Brush. Scoop behind. Scoop behind. Again, we go brush. Brush. Scoop behind. Nice. And let's have a back. Across. On your head. And we back. Out the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. On your head. And we back. 2, 1, 2. Head. Back. 1, 1, 1. Again. Very good. Well done. So we are going to come up to standing now for those of you that would like to. As always, you can remain seated for the remainder of the class. There will always be a seated variation that you can follow if you prefer to stay seated. But if you'd like to stand, just bring your heels slightly under and pressing through your thighs, coming up to stand, feeling nice and strong and having a bit of a pedal through your feet. And we are going to come to the back of the chair now, those of us that are standing, to do our plie. So just moving around, finding your chair in front of you and finding a nice parallel position ready for our plie. Okay, so we're going to recap our Ghost of Christmas Past plie this week, which we started learning last week. So we will go recap the movement and then go with the music again. So Rose is doing a seated variation of this plie if you prefer to remain seated. Otherwise, standing in parallel position behind your chairs, and we're holding our chair with both hands just resting gently on the chair. And we begin by releasing one hand down, and we're going to just float our arm up with a bend through our knees and float your hand back to your chair. We're then going to point our foot out to the side, it doesn't matter which foot, lower that heel, and then reach to the side and take a bit of a flame-like movement through your arm, and then point that foot and draw your foot back into parallel. Now from there, we're taking a slow rise up, and then we've got 4 walks through our feet. And then we slowly lower our heels down, and we're going to take 1 sparkle and a second sparkle. Lovely. And we repeat that all to the other side. So using the other arm this time, we've got a bend and a bend. Point your other foot out to the side, lower your heel. Reach, reach, and show that kind of flame-like movement in your arm. Point your foot and close the parallel. Rise up, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower your heels slowly and sparkle, sparkle. Now our hands stay here after that, okay? So this is where we're being reminded of our memory of dancing with our childhood sweetheart. You're pointing one foot out to the side and you're pressing one hand forwards and the other. So imagining we're dancing with the love of our life here, okay? So really focusing in front of you and concentrating on them. We've got 4, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to turn to one side. Your palm faces up to the ceiling, and this bit is slower. You're being distracted by money here. So your focus is away from the person in front of you, and we take that to the other side, looking at the palm of our hand, showing the money dropping in. But then we come back to our childhood sweetheart, so we've got 4 presses, 3, 4, and then distracted again to one side, and back to the other side. Good, and we finish, we're coming back to our chair. We've got big flames coming down to smaller flames, and reaching all the way up, and imagining that our job here is done as the Ghost of Christmas Past. So we're just going to extinguish ourselves and bring that in to our chest to finish. So making sure you've got a nice beginning position, feet in parallel, hands on the chair, sitting or standing up really nice and tall. Here we go. Letting that hand drop and we swing. And drop. Point, lower your heel, reaching upwards. Making that flame. Point and close. Rising slowly. Step, 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 step. Lower your heel slowly. And 2 sparkles. Other arm. Point, lower your heel, reaching that arm and play. Point, back, slowly rise. And 4 steps. Lower your heels down. 2 sparkles. Getting ready for our swing. 2, 3, 4. Slowly counting your money. Count your money. Back to your swing. Pressing through. Count your money. Other side. Back to the center. We've got our flames. Getting smaller. Lastly, lifting up. And coming in. Lovely.
Okay, so we're going to recap the march on the Christmas market that we did last week. And we'll start by taking sort of slower marches. So we're going to go, I'll turn slightly this way. So we're going to go ball of the foot and heel, ball of the foot and heel with a sort of very big swingy arms here. We're going to do 4 of these. And then we're going to come into a march. And the first, we're going to do 8 marches. We're going to go look around at the market. So we're going to go 4 looking one way. And then we're going to take 4 marches looking the other way. Then we're going to go back into the beginning. So we're going to go 4 steps with swingy arms, 4. And we're going to repeat 4 looking one way and 4 looking the other way. Then we're going to add on. So this is a little bit of like a memory game. So we keep adding on. So second thing, we're going to buy a chicken. So we're going to go 8 marches with our chicken wings. Okay. So we're going to go from the beginning again. 4 of these slower ones. We're going to go 8 looking 4 one way, and then we're going to look the other way. 8 chicken wings. Here we go. And after that we're going to do our Christmas wreath. So we're going to march 8, showing that big circle with our arms. And then we're going to go from the beginning. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go 8 marches, 4 one way, 4 the other way. 8 chicken and the Christmas wreath. And then we're going to add on, we're going to chop a Christmas tree. So we're going to do 2, like you would do in a market, we're going to get 2 chops, and then we're going to do a big lift the tree on our shoulder. And while we do that, we're going to march 4, and then we're going to take it up here. And then we're going to go again from the beginning. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 look one way, 4 look other way. And we're going to go 8 chicken marches with the wings, and then we're going to go with our Christmas wreath. And we're going to chop, and we're going to lift it up. And now, the last addition, we're going to do anything you like, whatever you want to buy from the market. So maybe a nice hot drink, or some hot chestnuts, or a little present, or anything. So we're going to add that into the end, and then we're going to go and finish with the cheers, even if you didn't buy the drink. Oh my goodness, should we try that with some music?
I think so.
The challenge to remember. So, ready? Slow 4 we go. And look around. Again from left, slow. And look around. And in chicken. From the beginning we go. 1, 2. And look around. fantastic.
We're going to come back to our chairs now, those of us that are standing, to cool down. So just finding your chair, coming in front of it, and feeling the back of your chair with your legs and pressing your bottom all the way back, slowly in control, coming down. And once you're seated, everyone's seated, just having a rock again in the chair, finding that space between your back and the back of the chair, and just checking our feet are in parallel position. We are going to do the same cool down again as we did last week, so coming in after our snowball fight and being by the fire with a nice hot chocolate, okay? So just follow on and we'll cool down today together. We're going to shake some snow off our boots. And the other one. Shake. Good. And coming back. And let's take our gloves off. Finger by finger. Finger. Last one and throw. Other side. And throw. And let's unwrap that big woolly scarf. And last wrap. And just place it down there. And we're going to take a match and light our fire. So we swipe. And we're going to light just in there. And let's swipe. And light just in there. And one more match. And we swipe. And last light. Good. And you hear the crackling of the fire, just wiggling your fingers. Sparks start to form in the fire. Good. And let's see those flames starting small, getting a bit bigger, and a bit bigger. And it's roaring now, so coming down. Good. And we're going to take a walk into the kitchen. And we're going to stir our milk to make our hot chocolates. Good. One more round. And stirring the other way with the other hand. Good. Lovely. And then we're going to take the saucepan and pour into our cup. And pour into a cup for our friends. Good. And place that down. Now we've got some squirty cream. Give it a shake. And the other side, squirted cream. Give it a shake. And good. And let's pop some marshmallows in the squirty cream. Good. And let's sprinkle some chocolate dust on top. Good. And we're going to sit back by the fire with our hot chocolate. Take a sip. Good. Let's stretch. Feeling nice and sleepy. Let's come into a ball and stretch out again. Good. And last time. Come in. And really stretch. Good. Coming back. And we're going to have a big crackle explosion in the fire to finish. 3, 2, 1. And those sparks settle down. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us this week. We will be back with more again next week, so we hope to see you all there.